Good morning, everybody. Please stand and body your spirit, and with our first hymnal, number 128 in the great hymnal, For All This Is Our Life. 128.
Edie will lead the singing with the foot, so when she's playing, hopefully you're singing.
This is our life, we sing our thanks and praise, for all life is a gift, for which we are to use, to build a common good, and make our own days glad, for needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come in praise and thanks. For all this is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new week we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For all that is our life, we sing our praise and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use, to build the common good, and make our own days glad. Good morning. I'm in Patrick E., he, him pronouns. It is my pleasure to serve as your worship associate this morning for this service of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County, also known as Uufcc. As a worship associate, it's my pleasure to pick the songs. So these are some of my favorite songs today. And thank you, Edie and Scott, for providing our music. This service is being broadcast via Zoom and YouTube. So we use our first names and last initials for privacy. I wish to have my gratitude for the supporting technology today. So it's Tom, Corey, and Doug, who always do a great job. I also want to acknowledge others responsible for our service, the greeters, the snack preparers, and of course Edie and Scott today with our music. I want to remind you of a couple simple procedures that will make the broadcast service run smoothly. Please put your phones on worship mode, and at home you might want to have a chalice or a candle ready for our chalice lighting ritual. Whatever your faith or country of heritage, you are welcome here. Whoever you are or whoever you love, you are welcome here. No matter your gender identity, you are welcome here. And whether you enter in little feet or walk briskly or amble or rolled in, you are welcome here. We are glad you chose this service as your place of worship today. Now, if you are new to our service today, to our fellowship, would like to learn more about our fellowship, you can email Anna at office@uufcc.org, or just visit our website, which has many wonderful things on it and many things we're doing here. It's worth taking a look. We are glad you are with us this morning. Now, if you are new this morning or returning from a period of time, would you please raise your hand and we'll bring the mic to you, and just tell us your name and briefly what brought you here this morning, because we would like to meet you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jessica. I'm relatively new. I attended one other time in June and happy to be back. And vacation schedules are going to allow me and my family to attend more regularly here in the future. So glad to be here.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, so please join us afterwards for socializing after the service in the lobby. Now we're going to do the chalice lighting. The words for the chalice lighting is, we light this chalice to celebrate the love within us, among us, and all around us. With the lighting of the chalice, we bring forth the flame that is symbolic of the flame of compassion, love, and hope that is held in our hearts. With the lighting of this chalice, we bring forth a light that represents our community, our hopes for a better future, and the spirit of our convictions to our principles. And as AJ is agreed to light our chalice, we thank him. Please join me in the recitation of the chalice lighting words. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our apprehension to dwell together, peace, to seek truth and love, and to help one another. Now we have a responsive reading in our gray hymnal. It is number 442. So please turn to that. So it is We Bid You Welcome by Richard S. Gilbert. So I'll read the first part and please read the italicized lines. So we bid you welcome, who come with weary spirit seeking rest. We bid you welcome, who come with hope in your heart. We bid you welcome, who are seekers of a new faith. We bid you welcome, who enter this hall as a homecoming. Whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are on your journey. We bid you welcome. Now, the opening words, since this theme of this month is play. Play is the highest form of research. Play is the work of the child. You can learn about a person in an hour of play more than a year of conversation. Play is often talked about as if it were a relief from serious learning, but for a child, play is serious learning. Now we come to the part where it is the book of life and the stones. Could someone please bring me the red book? There is one announcement in there today. Thanks. We have a long tradition at Uufcc of sharing our joys, sorrows, and life milestones by entering them in the book of life, which is available at the back of the sanctuary. If you aren't planning to be in our sanctuary on Sunday morning, thank you. You may send your joy or sorrow to bookoflife@uufcc.org. Messages will be sent no later than Saturday prior to the service. During the Sunday morning service, following the receipt of your messages, the worship associate will enter them in the Red Book of Life. So this morning we have one entry from Ted. My daughter-in-law, Kathy Dyskowski, wife of my son, John, passed away after a prolonged illness. Her ordeal has ended. Yeah, we send our prayers to your family, Ted. Now, in the spirit of respectful witness, I invite you to share a brief glimpse into the joys and sorrows of your life and a ritual of dropping the stones in the water. And please speak into the microphone.
I'm here to share a sorrow. Work permits are being canceled for some of our friends who are legally here on humanitarian asylum. So they cannot go back safely to the countries they came from and cannot legally work in the United States. This is an untenable situation. In the short term, they will need financial assistance. Our brown-skinned people are very frightened as ICE is indiscriminately picking up people, even our very community here. This is not okay and is terrifying. We allies need to provide emotional support, financial assistance, and safe spaces. Our homes and fellowship, if locked, cannot be entered without a court order. Thank you.
I'm Carolyn Kay. I look over this room. Some of the best people in my life ever are in this room. You know who you are. Bonnie Southwind, who was with us for many years, one day took this off her neck and put it around my neck. She said, "Carolyn, I want to give you peace." Last night we had a get-together, and a dear friend said, "Really, all I want is peace and quiet." There are always going to be wars and rumors of wars. Peace in Palestine, peace in your hearts.
You know what I love about the peace symbol? It looks similar to the Mercedes symbol. It's just missing that stem. Yes, I'm wearing a red hat, but don't worry. I promise you, I'm not MAGA. So I wanted to drop a stone in sorrow today because some of you know that Janet Morrill, who was our previous choir director before Margaret, she was here since 2016. She is moving to Navarre, and we had a going away party for her yesterday. A lot of people came, so she will be living 10 hours away. So if you didn't know that, and you want to reach out to her and you're on good terms with her, you can. I'm sure she'd love to hear from you, but it's going to be very sad for me to see her go, because we talk every daggone day. To Janet.
I'm Jackie, this is Zachary, and we are very excited because yesterday evening, Adam's youngest brother became a father, so we have our first cousin on that side of the family, so we're super excited. We're going to be going up next Tuesday to visit and hopefully squeeze that baby.
Yay. Putting one stone in for just seeing a friend of mine and his husband are going down to Alligator Alcatraz this morning to protest. And I thanked him for representing all of us. And the last stone is for those joys or sorrows that are maybe just too tender to speak aloud right now, but you know we have you in our hearts. Often I come in here, if I would have an issue, I just feel the support by walking in the doors. So thank you for our community. Now we'll just have a moment of silence as we just pray, meditate, or just, reflect within. Thank you for the breath of our community. Let us endeavor to support one another at all times and seasons. May this congregation ever be a harbor for the heart and a sanctuary for the soul. Amen. Now I'd like to introduce Lori, who is going to speak at our service today about the General Assembly.
Today I'm going to take a page out of Rev Ann's book and take you on a romp through UUA General Assembly, June 2025. For those of you who are unfamiliar with all these initial things, UUA is our Unitarian Universalist Association, and GA is the General Assembly, which is our once-a-year get-together and have a big group of people doing workshops and worship services from morning to night. So it's quite an event if you can ever make it. GA was an amazing and inspiring experience for me with a multitude of options. So I just picked a few. There's so many I wanted to tell you about and hear about. And today I will be beginning by sharing a video of Dick and Joanne, who are now in New Jersey. They're going to discuss their experience in the voting which took place.
Delegates to the 2025 GA in Baltimore this summer.
We're here to share some of our experiences at GA. To start at the beginning, Joanne, who attended college in Baltimore, expressed an interest into attending GA to someone. The interest worked its way to the nominating committee of and then to our annual meeting. After our election, I remember Nancy Weaver saying it was a joyful, uplifting experience.
When we got there, of course, we were nervous and not knowing what to expect. There were over 3,000 people attending it, and we had an app out, so that helped us to figure out what we would do with our time. There were many programs set up for each day. And generally what we did was we went to the 9:30, a 1:30, and then a 4:30 program, which quite filled the day and gave us a lot to think about. Unfortunately, we couldn't attend everything, but it was wonderful, and everybody there was very warm and very friendly, and we were happy that we came.
Our first choice was the celebration of Juneteenth. The powerful speaker was Reverend E.N. Hill from Tallahassee, Florida. He received a standing ovation from more than full house. His theme touched on actions in Florida threatening freedom. A great beginning for us, yet soon we'd find out about alligator Alcatraz in Florida for immigrants.
We had 3 main votes as delegates to make. The delegates ended up voting to affirm all 3 actions of immediate witness under consideration. The first was faithful defiance of authoritarianism, a call to action reaffirming our covenants for democracy and freedom. 98.3% voted yes. funding for global LGBTQ freedom amid crisis, a call for immediate action and solidarity. 98.3 voted positive. And the last, we declare and reaffirm all people have inherent worth and inalienable rights. That passed by 99.2%. AIWs are statements about a significant action, event, or development in the world that necessitates immediate engagement and action among UU congregations and affiliated groups.
We spent some time in the exhibits, and we were drawn to Voices from the Holy Land. After sharing our travel experiences in Israel, it was suggested we attend the presentation, Social Justice is Still the Way Forward. While the presentation was interesting, it was more goal-setting. We hope to include an answer on how to be pro-Palestinian and not labeled anti-Semitic. Hours after the United States announced on Saturday, June 21st, that it had bombed Iran, the UUA issued a statement condemning the action, saying it represented a moral failure and Unitarian Universalists are compelled through our religious belief to speak out against it. Our faith calls us to be peacemakers, not war makers.
So we thought, what can we do? We attended Protest and Progress with a law professor and author named Gloria J. Brown. Professor Brown's powerful presentation touched on nonviolent protest, methods of protesting, and expectations of protest. Her motto, power to the people. We attended also growing membership through Creating Connections, hoping to bring practical knowledge to our Uufcc. It was presented by an enthusiastic membership director of the large Annapolis, Maryland UU. One of the takeaways was greeter training, the necessity of greeter training, and how never to ask someone if they're new.
During GA, the UUA unveiled its first ever virtual hymnal, Sing Out Love, which was the result of a multi-year collaboration between the UUA's Virtual Hymnal Task Force and the Association of UU Music Ministers. The subscription-based offering is the first new hymnal from the UUA since 2009. And that's the Teal hymn book that we use. Attendees gathered before the Sunday morning worship service to celebrate the virtual hymnals released with joyful sing-along that included many of the new hymns and songs included in Sing Out Love. For us, it was a wonderful ending to our time at GA 2025.
It was a joyful, uplifting experience.
We got a dose of the true Dick and Joanne. I love it. Next, I'll share an excerpt from the Sophia Lyons Faz Lecture 2025 of this year. This is by Reverend Sean Neil Barron, which I hope you will enjoy, entitled A Theology of Community Organization. Allow me to give you the backdrop before we do this. I cut a bunch off for time's sake. Begins by Reverend Sean, a gay man from Fort Collins who was originally from Canada, and a drag queen who tentatively befriend each other. This develops into an important and lasting relationship of two communities with some great messages for all of us.
volatile markets, a trade war, controversy over citizenship, foreign interventions, businesses closing, economic turmoil, global uncertainty. 1815 was a pivotal year for the United States. It was also an important time for the birth of American Unitarianism. The War of 1812 had ended in February of that year, a war between the youthful United States and Great Britain over trade, commerce, maritime rights, and the meaning of U.S. citizenship and territorial expansion. With the ending of the war, William Ellery Channing, a liberal Congregationalist and minister of the prominent Federal Street Church in Boston, Massachusetts, and his colleagues anticipated a better, if not calmer, year. They were wrong. A different kind of fight was gaining momentum, a fight not waged with cannon, fire, and bayonets, but with convictions and ideas that would revolutionize American religious life forever and give a name to a growing body of religious liberals. What had become known as the Unitarian controversy had erupted in 1805 with the election of Henry Ware Sr. as the Hollis Professor of Divinity at Harvard College. Ware and a growing number of Congregationalist ministers were challenging core Calvinist doctrines, including original sin, the nature of salvation, the interpretation of the Bible, and the Trinity. And many of their parishioners were embracing this emerging liberal theology. It was a quiet revolution that was never meant to be a revolution at all. By 1807, the liberals held the majority of the faculty positions and the presidency of Harvard College, and the conservative wing of the Congregationalists, the ones who called themselves Orthodox, meaning right-thinking, responded forcefully. They issued critical pamphlets, launched periodicals, shunned liberal colleagues, and established their own theological school, Andover Newton. The Orthodox began calling the liberals Unitarian as an insult. This theological feud would ebb and flow until 1815, and that's when Orthodox minister Jedediah Morse spearheaded renewed attacks on liberal ministers. He wanted to expose these ministers and their liberalism, separate them from their Orthodox colleagues and their congregations. In a calculated move, Orthodox ministers refused to exchange pulpits with their liberal colleagues. Jedediah Morse also wrote a book entitled American Unitarianism. A book was an attempt to brand the liberals as heretics. By associating them with an English form of Unitarianism, the intention of these efforts was to isolate the liberals, and instead it consolidated their resistance. And so from his pulpit at Federal Street Church in Boston, we now know as Arlington Street Church, there you are, William Ellery Channing began answering these attacks publicly, emerging as the spokesperson of the liberal movement. And let's be clear, he did not do this alone. He had lots of colleagues and family members and people in his life supporting him, including women, people of color, who often get left out of the story. Then, in this very city of Baltimore, on May 5th, 1819, Channing delivered the ordination sermon of Jared Sparks at the newly gathered First Independent Church of Baltimore. The sermon that became known as Unitarian Christianity embraced the label Unitarianism and interpreted it as the understanding of the unity of God, not a Trinity, and Jesus' role as an important teacher that was subordinate to God. And in that sermon, he laid out the basic tenets of what he called a pure Christianity, a pure and rational Christianity. It was a theological declaration of independence. Even after the Baltimore sermon and embracing the label Unitarian and redefining it, even after Channing helped gather a church in New York City, even after the court decision in 1820, when that church property was awarded to many of the liberal leaders and congregations, the Unitarians resisted creating a new association, or at least it seems like that. Many of the liberals were not ready to fully separate themselves from the Congregationalist body. It would take 6 more years before the liberals formally organized themselves into an association. And yet, the liberals were organizing all along. They had created periodicals like the Monthly Anthology and the Christian Monitor. They had established clubs and ministerial organizations and associations like the Evangelical Missionary Society. A circle of Boston liberal ministers had joined together to hire ministers at large, including Joseph Tuckerman, to serve the poor and those in need. That is community ministry, my friend. And in May of 1820, Channing invited liberal ministers to meet at his church to develop an organization for mutual support. They called it the Berry Street Conference. We know it today as the Berry Street Essay. And yet, the younger generation, did you hear me? The younger generation of liberals still sought stronger connections. At the meeting of an anonymous association, that was really the name, the Anonymous Association, an organization of liberal Boston ministers, young Unitarian ministers like Ezra Giles Gannett, and Channing's assistant minister, by the way, and also Henry Ware Jr., his father, senior, was the one back at the Unitarian controversy time. They and others decided that they could not wait any longer, and they took it upon themselves to design an organization to support Unitarianism in New England and beyond. And so in May of 1825, at the Berry Street Conference, the American Unitarian Association was born. A constitution was adopted and a purpose that wanted to diffuse the knowledge and promote the interests of the liberal tradition of Unitarianism. They did not seek to hide Unitarianism. They sought to share and expand this practical and life-saving tradition. With this act, the separation between the Orthodox and the liberal strands of Congregationalism was institutionalized. It was an act of hope. They were lovers of life. They were builders of institutions. They were seekers of truth and keepers of faith. They are our ancestors, and we are their hope.
Each child has born a morning star.
Wow, that is just leaves me almost speechless, but not quite. Yeah. Now we come to our offering. In our tradition, congregations exist because of the generous support of the members and friends. It is our privilege and responsibility to ensure the health and future of this fellowship. There are several ways you can give. You can email checks to the office, drop them in our mailbox, or call the office to make arrangements. We are equipped to accept donations through Venmo app. Payments through the app can be made to Uufcc offering. If you would like your offering to apply to anything specifically other than the general fund, please mark it on the check, indicate it on the memo line. Your generosity is always appreciated. If you're here for the first time, please don't feel obligated to give. Your presence here is your gift. And the offering music is number 16, "'Tis a Gift to Be Simple." Thank you, Edie and Scott, for performing that. Thank you. That was very pretty. Now we have come to the life of the community, and Betty B. would like to say a few words.
Good morning. My name is Betty B., and I'm here with my Social Justice Committee colleague, Ruth B. As you know, at our annual meeting on March 2025, the Social Justice Committee asked our members how they wanted the second collections to be managed. The membership voted to have speakers just during the winter months, October through March, when most of our members are back, rather than all year round. But social justice does not stop here during the summer months. Many of you who are here are asking us, what can I do? And we are glad you ask. For starters, we are suggesting you download the 5 Calls app. And that's the icon on your phone. The 5 Calls app is a valuable tool for political advocacy. It's user-friendly. It makes it easy for users to contact their representatives. It has their names, their phone numbers. Just press where their telephone number is, and the call goes through. The application has information about legislation that is up for a vote. It has a clear script on various issues that can help you when you make the call. So you can make the calls early in the morning, late at night. You don't even have to get out of bed. Whenever you have a few minutes to spare, make the calls. Calls are considered an effective way to influence lawmakers. Representatives must submit a daily log of calls on legislation that is up for vote and indicate whether it's a positive or a negative call. So call your U.S. Representative Stubbe, your U.S. Senator Rick Scott, U.S. Senator Ashley Moody, and let them know how you feel about local and federal issues. Each action we take today builds the future we want. You may not feel it, but history has shown time and time again that collective power works. Whether it's phone calls, making posters, writing postcards, donations, every action we take today is important for our future and for the next generation. Ruth and I can help you download the Fight Calls application on your phone after the service in the main hall. Stand by, for there is more to come. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now I want to remember to religiously read your weekly copy of the updates, which includes a calendar and links for connecting via Zoom. And please check the back of our order of service for activities that are coming up. You can also email the worship associates at bookoflife.org at uufcc.org. With the video, it moves me to talk about our dealings with PFLAG with the Drag Queen Bingo. That was a wonderful presentation there. And the 26th of this month, we're having a Drag Queen Bingo event at Scotty's. And this time we're sharing our collection with CHAPS. So they get food and toiletries. It's a local organization that helps people living with AIDS and HIV. So, of course, like many other organizations, their funding has been cut. So with our Drag Queen Bingo event, we're offering people to bring toiletries that day of the 26th. And there will be a vehicle up front to collect it. So paper towels, toilet paper, wipes, disinfectant, shampoos, things like that would be very appreciated. And Michael White is our performer for the Drag Queen Bingo. And I got to know him because I never knew a drag queen before, but he's a married man with a boy. I think he's 15-year-old. Nice gentleman. Whether he is gay, bi, whatever, he is my friend. That's all I need. That's all I care to know about him. He's a wonderful individual, and he's an entertainer. So I just wanted to throw that in. It just stirred me watching all of that. So that is our last song. Is number 134. Our World is One World. As we prepare to leave this sacred space. The mic's not on. Okay. Okay. As we prepare to leave this sacred space, packed away the peace of the church in your heart. Wrap it carefully like a precious gem. That is written by Andrew Polka. And we will be extinguishing the flame with AJ. Would you please come up for that? Sorry for me going out of order. Now please read the recitation in your order of service. We extinguish the chalice, but not the light of hope, the power of commitment, or the warmth of community. May these ideals shine in our lives and warm our hearts until we are together again. Go now in peace. Now we have our closing music. Please rise. Number 134. Our world is one world. Now remember to turn your phones on, and please join us in the fellowship hall for drinks and snacks and get to visit each other. Good morning. Oh, yeah.